too, you know? Jesus. And welcome back to the Off the Clock Show. Join again with your host, Shawn Gervais from Orbis CRM and Marshall Hill from the Pints of Polishing Podcast, as well as Hyper Clean Car Care Products. How you doing, man?
Bueno.
Bueno. Yeah, muy bien, sí. Sí. Doing good. Don't talk too loud. I hear someone in power right now is upset about some stuff.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No idea? Yeah, your side of the fence. All right. But no, fair. Yeah, but what are we sipping on today?
Oh, it is just a normal hazy little thing.
Nice.
Really, you can get it pretty much across the country.
Beautiful.
It's just a good go-to, right?
That's the thing. It's like one of your staples, you know?
It is, right?
Yeah.
If you want a hazy, you want to know what a hazy IPA is. This is really like it's just they get it right every time.
I love it. Yeah, this thing.
I've always found this to be interesting about Sierra Nevada. Family owned, is what they say.
All right.
Family owned, operated, and argued over. Well done.
It's
well
family
done.
owned, so you're going to argue. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that is clever. Hell yeah. I love that kind of stuff where someone has an opportunity, like there's limited, space on a can, for example, right? To put messages and to put this and that. And there's even less space that they have control over because there's obviously regulations of you have to put this or that or whatever. And they choose, those kind of things in a wise way. I love seeing that, man. But
Beer people are pretty good about that.
Oh,
I think that's another part that's unique about the craft beer scene.
Yeah, absolutely. Because beer companies, like the main brands, are already good. The craft ones, they have a unique opportunity to. Well, sometimes not even opportunity; it's a necessity. They have to. They're punching above their weight class.
They got to compete with the big dogs.
So it's like fuck, we can't just.
Have you ever done a brewery tour, a craft brewery tour?
Yeah, I did one here, and I also did one when we lived in the Caribbean as well. And,
if you do one close enough to a big, like Bush or we did. You can do them that are close enough. There was in Kansas City, Boulevard, right, and they really talk about. Their big boy competitor, right? I don't remember who's. I think it's Bush, and whoever's up there, whatever's in Kansas City. In Colorado, they would talk about the people down south, right? The people in Denver would talk about the people down south, which was Golden, Colorado, right? Yeah. There's the Rockies, right?
Yeah.
Coors Light.
Man.
They didn't like those people down there. So it was always, you're right, they would punch up. They would try and, usually in the tours, almost all of them would try and say something about why you should drink a craft beer instead of drinking a, off-the-shelf type big boy.
Of course, because they have to address it head on. Like, you have to address the elephant in the room. You can't just, and it's one of...
Why are you competing?
Yeah, it's their edge, their difference, it's their value. That's what they have to, go against. It's we're this and not that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's...
Yeah, and then this, I guess, a lot of detailers could learn from this too. Of when you're talking to people, right? There's plenty of people that will wonder if you should talk about other brands.
Yeah.
Well, do you talk about that guy down the street when they bring up that guy down the street? I think you pretty much should always just go. I have never bought services from him, so I'm not sure. That's probably the way you should handle that. But I know there's a lot of us that don't mind punching the same way these guys punch. I have no problem punching, which you guys have heard me. I punch bigger brands all the time.
Yeah.
I think that is also probably where I learned about craft and why they do it. Would pick out certain things of why I like to drink craft beer and associate with craft brewers is probably because I like to punch at the bigger boys too.
Yeah.
100%. I think it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. I think it depends on how it's done. And so, like us at our shop, for example, if it's some random guy down the road or some guy on Facebook Marketplace, and they're like, "Yeah, well, have you ever heard of this guy or something?" It's a very different conversation than if they mention one of the more established shops that's been here, longer than my own shop, for example. And so there's one competitor in particular that some shop, not recently, but I think they're closed now. Anyway, pandemic was hard on people, but. Prior to that, there were some customers that mentioned them, and how we handled it was just like, I agree, they're pretty good at what they do. It's just too bad for them that we're exceptional. I said, because we've carved such so much of their customer base out, and that's where it was a way of reframing but giving them a compliment, giving them their dues. Hey, they are great. They're great at what they do. It's too bad for them that we're better, and then you just lean into it, right? And so that's how we did that approach. Doesn't work with the guy off Facebook Marketplace that's just down the road. You can't have that same conversation,
Well, people always wonder about marketing. They don't really understand that even in those moments, it's marketing.
It's all marketing. It's all marketing every moment. And that's where if we were to just always flip it back on us, well, we do this and we this and we that. It's first off, it's too many words, so you're losing the customer already. And the second thing is you haven't addressed what they said. You know what I mean? So if they say like, oh yeah, I used to go to this place, or my friend recommended me to this place, I just want to find out what your pricing is because they said great things about the other place, but I'm shopping around. If I just switch into, oh yeah, well we're great because we do this and we do this and we do this, I haven't addressed the primary concern, which is why us and not them. And so you can address the them part, but in a clever way, and that's what I recommend. Look at that, see, already dropping tips for like 2 seconds in. But speaking of go-tos though, so you mentioned that was your go-to beer. Every time I go to a restaurant, I usually have a go-to thing that I order. If we're going to a seafood place, it's usually this type of fish, or if we're going to a steakhouse, it's this type of cut, different things. I tried something this weekend for the first time in my entire life.
Do you also do it like you go to a restaurant not to try something, you go back to eat the same thing?
Yep.
If I wanted to eat chicken, I'm going to go to this place over here.
100%.
Me too.
If I'm trying a new restaurant, that's different.
Yeah, it's fair game.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
We have a regular restaurants. If I go
see what these guys are good at. Do you do the question, right? Do you like, if I go to, what are you guys good at? What do you like?
No.
That's specialty to the waiter or waitress. Yeah. I ask, what are you guys good at? What are you known for?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's a great one. What are you known for? Yeah. Because that's what it tells you, like what the other customers
what's their specialty?
Like
yeah.
And stuff. Exactly. Occasionally, if they have a new
we specialize on things.
Yeah.
Anybody can make a General car soap.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you we're specialized in General car soap.
It's true.
Right, put our glass cleaner. God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
It
is good.
That's a good point right there, though. You have a really good point. I feel like a lot of shops claim to be excellent at everything. You know what I mean? And so, like at our shop, like we do wraps, for example. We don't specialize in wraps. And so when we are talking to a customer and they're this and that, if the customer seems like, hey, I just want a color change, I just want this, that, and they don't seem like it's anything particular, or maybe there's a reason for it. They bought a car and it's got some deep scratches and stuff, and they're like, well, I didn't like the color anyways when I bought it, or maybe they inherited it from their grandmother, whatever the case is. Those kind of scenarios, we sure, no problem, we can wrap the car, but we don't specialize in it. So we never do marketing geared around wraps. We do marketing around other stuff, and then in talking with the customer, if they're mentioning something, we'll say, oh, well, we could wrap it for you, or we could just, do your mirrors and stuff, whatever the case is. We don't specialize in that. And that's a key distinction, is we know what we're good at and what we're exceptional at, and we know what we want to do as well. A lot of people don't. They're just like, oh, we're great at it all. We do it all. It's that whole jack of all trades. Fuck, I'm butchering that saying.
I'm going to stay quiet and let you
remember this. Oh my God, it's killing me now. Anyway, you know what? Fuck it. Back to the restaurant. So I tried something this weekend I never did before. We went out for dinner. It was a triple date, so there's 3 couples. And everyone's, going through the menu and, I think I'm going to get this. I'm going to try that, everything like that. And surprisingly, it was one of our regular places that we go to. It's a restaurant called Chop. They're steakhouse. They're amazing. They also do really good other things. They do the seafood, everything. And surprisingly, it was the one time at a restaurant here I actually got that Brazilian dish. And then they took it off the menu, and it never came back. And I was so upset. But, go ahead.
The Brazilian dish?
Yeah, the one you kept sending me.
Oh,
yeah.
Not a dish, the meat.
Well, yeah, but it's...
Gotcha.
Oh,
I didn't know what you were talking about. I thought you meant like a dish.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, no. But
there was something.
One thing I was wondering, though, they put it with... That time I had it, they paired it with chimichurri sauce. I don't know if that's...
No.
Yeah, it was really good though. But they make their own
Yeah,
chimichurri
it
sauce in
sure
house.
is.
It's really good, and it's one of the things they're known for. Actually, is that they make their own sauces and everything, and they're really good. So the thing I did though was everyone's asking me, they're like, "Oh, and Shawn, what are you having?" Which I hate that question. I hate when I'm out to dinner and people are like, "What are you having?" Like, what do you care? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sharing with you. You know what I mean? So like, what do you care? So
Where
anyway,
did I send you? I sent you a picture of some that when I got. Where was that? You can get it at Whole Foods now. Maybe that was on. I thought that was on.
no way.
Anyway, keep going. My bad.
Okay, yeah, no worries, no worries. So yeah, so I'm at the restaurant, and it comes up my turn to place the order now, and the lady
Found
says,
it.
"Ooh,
Whole Foods has picanha.
damn, look at that."
Remember I sent that to you? Remember that
I
picture?
do, but we don't have it
Anybody
here.
can now go to Whole Foods and get picanha. It's totally worth it.
Damn, that's
It's very worth
so
it.
good. It's so good.
Yeah.
And it's a rarity here, unfortunately, but so good. Probably in like a bigger city like Toronto or something, it's probably more common, you know. But there's not a huge Brazilian community here either, so you know, yeah. But yeah, so at the restaurant, comes up my turn to place the order, and the waitress said, "What would you like?" I knew what I wanted for my salad and my appetizer. That was easy. But then she said, "What about your main?" And I said, "I want you to go in the back, and I want you to just ask the chef whatever he feels like cooking. Something that's not on the menu. I don't want it to be on your menu at all. Something that he's been dying to cook or that he wants to cook. I don't care what it is." And she said, are you serious? Like, what kind of food do you like?" And I said, "I honestly don't care what it is. It could be anything. I eat anything from octopus to regular things you'd see like steak and so on and so forth. I eat it all. Whatever the chef has in his heart that he feels like cooking today."
Listen, you got to be ready for that check, though.
Yeah, 100%.
He's like, well, this Wagyu has been, you know,
100%.
there's a pound of it. Okay, $1,000 ticket. Thanks, Shawn.
Yeah, but like, damn it, I wasn't even
I've
hungry.
been trying to do a pound of Wagyu. Shit.
Yeah, sorry, I'm vegetarian. I can't accept
Yes.
this. Yeah. So it all started because I saw a podcast, and these guys were talking about this buddy of theirs that they stopped going out to restaurants with because he just eats for nourishment. He doesn't care about the taste. He doesn't care about anything. So if they go to a restaurant, they'll come and say, "What do you want to eat?" And he's like, I don't care, guys. Just pick something for me at random." And so they just choose it. It shows up, and he just scarfs it down. He's not like, "Oh wow, this is very tasty. Oh, I like the way that the chef did it." He doesn't care. He just eats for nourishment. Doesn't care at all.
Asshole.
Yeah. That's what they all say. So I thought about it, and I was like, I don't know if I have the stones to do that because I like food. So I wouldn't want something that I didn't like or whatever. So I said, fuck it though, you only live once. Why not? So I did that, honestly.
Well, the way you did it at that restaurant, it's a little better than your buddies when you're over at Chili's, Buffalo Wild Wings. The next thing you know, right? Like,
It's true. Yeah, go crazy, guys. Like, that's true. You're putting too much control in your stomach and everything for someone. Yeah, you're going to spend a lot of time on the toilet for the wrong reason. But yeah, so honest to God, this was one of the best meals that I have had in forever.
what was it?
And so it was a smoked steak, which they don't even offer on their menu or anything.
Wow.
I was like, you know what? This guy
It's got to
didn't-
be done right.
this
It's
guy-
got to be. It's pretty hard to do, actually.
Yeah, 100%. It was phenomenal, honestly. And the mashed potatoes, how they came, it was kind of like almost like a Tex-Mex type mashed potatoes. It had sort of some sour cream, chives, and there was a little bit of cheese on the sides. It was amazing. The waitress came back though, and she said the chef was so happy because he misses these mashed potatoes from the old menu, and he's been waiting to put them back out.
It wasn't about the steak. It was about the mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes, and they honestly nailed it. But I thought to myself, we ordered and the food came relatively quickly. This guy didn't have time to go and smoke a fucking steak. So I was thinking, they must do this. And so I was curious. And so I asked, and she's like, there's a couple guests that come in and they have special requests of stuff that they want, and this is one of those items. So I probably ate somebody else's meal because I ordered it. But the chef, she said, was over the moon. Because he's probably doing the same shit day in, day out. It's like he doesn't, maybe this particular chef, because it's one of those kitchens where you can see all the chefs behind the glass. And yeah, so he was happy, man. I made his day as much as he made mine.
Okay, but they told you a story that then turned out not to be true, right?
Which part? The
Oh, I
oh
made
that
this off this menu, and then you pressed them, and they were like, "Well, actually."
actually we do make this for a few people. That's true. That is true. For me,
And that didn't bother you.
didn't bother me. No, because it's still, if he was doing that for that guest, he wouldn't have served that to me because he would have given it to them, right? But my guess is that they just always have something like that in the works, like something special, not necessarily that thing. So it didn't bother me too much. But at the same time, thinking about it, because I didn't think about it at the time,
Yeah, you didn't. You were too
I was
fascinated.
too fascinated.
There's a couple lessons there, right?
Damn,
A couple lessons there. Like, listen, if you got a customer that needs something special, you can create whatever you want for them.
yeah, 100%. Like you could.
But at the same time, don't have somebody mess up and go, well, we actually have it around back for these other people that are special.
That's true. Yeah,
Right?
it's like
That's
we make this
not
just
something
for
you gotta say.
Yeah. That's true. That does take some of the magic out of it. But
It
while at the
does.
same time, the mashed potatoes, I know
Well,
for sure.
because it goes into let's go into like let's flip let's flip our schedule for today.
All right, that sounds good.
The reason because you said that, and I go, listen, man, that ties into exactly some of the things that we're seeing that we talked about, you and I. That specifically, I was talking about this. You can tug at some strings in marketing, and when you tug at some strings and you land some hits, whew, right? We can all understand some moments, or we can't. Maybe you're confused. So I sent Shawn a message, and this was a screenshot of this is a farm in Oklahoma who then sells to, they sell to people on Facebook.
Yeah, I agree. Canada is better than the U.S.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Good job.
Salute.
We had a halftime. Call it halftime.
Halftime. Yeah.
Yeah, you had a contractor. I had a freight delivery or a freight pickup guy. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's why I was like, hey, listen, it's big enough thing to no reason we could skip over that.
Yeah.
We'll never get back to knowing exactly the same spot that we were. It was about a farmer. But before I get into the farmer, the reason why I was like, hey, it's okay we talk about this because it was a cool thing because this was a pickup for a detailer. Part of what we do in distribution is a lot of detailers can become distributors.
Yeah.
They can have some stuff there for their customers, as well as then share in their own shop, being able to use that exceptional margin that distributors get for their own use. So you can take advantage of and work both sides of the coin in a sense. Is
100%.
why we have it there.
It's a win-win, honestly, because there's a lot of products that don't offer that kind of scenario. And when you think about it, you're just basically a customer. That's all you are. You're a customer in that scenario, and you're just buying product. You're using product. That's it. With HyperClean, that's what I think is so amazing, and why I was so excited to do the podcast with you in the beginning and work together is because that kind of opportunity, for me, it's like Orbis X is the opportunity for someone that doesn't have very good tech skills or marketing skills to harness technology very simply that can do a lot of it for you. And then boom, this opportunity comes along to work with HyperClean where it's like, holy shit, now you can satisfy both ends of that coin. It's literally the win-win-win because you get consumables for your shop. You can also become a distributor and resell those to your customer in between visits, so on and so forth, to other detail shops as well. You know what I mean? And at the same time, take advantage of those discounts. Like that's a big part of the distributorship. That margins, margins. Sorry, no, that's correct though. But the margins, it's going to be a lot more in the distributor's favor, and so that's a huge opportunity. It really is.
For discounts, we now only do them 3 times, 4 times a year. Those are major holidays. That's it. It's the only discounts we offer.
Beautiful, and it's really what's needed. And then, but as a distributor, that's where you get to take advantage of these better margins all year round, and have the ability to sell to customers directly and other detailers and use the products yourself. I don't know, man. Like, the only thing.
All right, so All right, let's talk about this farm because this is a local Oklahoma farm. And like you said, I was going to pull up the photo, but it's not really so much about the photo. It's just that they needed help. Oh, yeah, now I'm going to have to go scroll back through. They needed help, and they had put out on social, like, help our farm. We're in need of some orders. Well, as a good Oklahoman, I kind of feel a little tug at the heartstrings. Great marketing, guys, shows this cow, shows this guy, and they're like, we need help. Oh, there you go. Perfect. I mean, who doesn't feel the need to click that link?
Yeah.
Hi, I need your help. We're incredibly low on orders.
Yeah.
Like, click. Right, I'm going to click that.
It's local. I'm going to be doing a good thing. And if you're already
Fresh
going
meat, too.
shopping for meat,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Everybody wins.
Like, do they have picanha? That's the only thing, right? Like,
Oh shit! There you
can
go.
you cut that cow into picanha strips?
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know, can you do that whole cow to look like? Anyway, so I did go click on their stuff, and first of all, maybe I'm the cheap one. I don't know. I just went, wow. That's no wonder you're having a hard time in orders. Like, it was a massive sticker shock to me. And you go, listen, but that's a whole cow. And I go, I get it, but you're on Facebook marketing to me that you need help for orders, and I've got to order a $1,600 half a cow? Like,
That's right.
I mean, I'm trying to help out here, but, their cheapest stuff was like $300 or $400.
Jesus. And if you have those higher prices and there's a reason for it, then the advertising should be geared around your value and why they're
Something,
higher.
right? Something's not right here, right?
Yeah.
I just go, God, I wish I could help here, but anyway, I have to move on. I'm not trying to buy $400 worth of sausage patties. Sorry, like I don't eat that much bacon and sausage, right? Like, it's just so. The odd part for me though is the repeat. I just, we all know it, and we give it a scapegoat, and we go, well, Big Brother, well, they're always watching. I was just talking about such and such, and that. Okay, we can kind of do that, and that's all good. You just cool. Stay with the red pill. If you would like the blue pill, we'll go through the mirror, and we're going to come out on the other side and go, hey, listen, let's talk about marketing in this situation. Because you're talking to somebody that, hey, you got a need. That person's trying to help. So you've landed somebody. You could go through this in all different situations, right? Like, we've all seen different things in our social media where once somebody landed, right? Great job. You landed me. I clicked the link. What happens? The next time, 30 more times, you open up Facebook, they're hitting you again.
Yeah.
And this is why I always say you got to learn it yourself. You got to learn. You talked last time about a process. If you just paid a marketing company to run your Facebook, these are the results you're going to get, because they're going to come back to you and go, look at all these results of the clicks. Look at the clicks, right? Then you're going to have to work with your web design guy and go, hey, listen, the marketers are saying they're getting clicks and landing on my page, but I'm not getting the flow through, the click throughs. They're not buying anything. So they're telling me then that something's wrong with my website, right? We've all heard this game that goes back and forth, where all along you could have gone, okay, marketing company, I get it. You keep saying you need the money and you're getting the clicks, but the traffic that's driving isn't buying anything. So we could say that the website's wrong. We could say that. Or we could talk about the packages, right? Maybe the packages aren't right, which was my issue. Or we could go, hey, everything all together none of it matched up because the farm was trusting all these different sub companies without a real understanding of what was going on and never doing the homework themselves of learning. Once I market to somebody and once I hit on them, you can't keep hitting them. What does it do to you when you see the same marketing over and over? They say you got to see something 7 times, like marketing wise before you buy. And then social, it's got to go, 3, 4 times on that. So we're 21, 28 times. No, no. I will not see something 28 times and buy it. It ain't happening. I get pissed off if I see the same marketing thing 5 times, 10, 15. There's no way. But I know that when we pay and we know that when we send money to people and they go, we're going to market on Facebook and look, we're getting these likes, we're getting these, look at these clicks, we're getting, and then they just keep doing it without an actual process, what you said. Maybe there's a second level. Hey guys, once somebody's clicked, let's send something to them again, but maybe not immediately and not the same thing 10 immediate times in a row.
100%. It's that whole thing where people don't know when to stop pushing the same, especially if it's the same content or the same message. I remember you telling me about these farmers where they had that one post go out and then all their subsequent ones were the same concept, like different image or slightly different heading, something like that, but it was all focused around the same thing. Extremely low on orders and this and that. And so obviously if you had clicked on it, the next ads you should be seeing should be a tweaked message, but a majorly different. I don't mean tweaked as in like you change the wording around or something, but the premise is the same. I mean something completely different. And that's where recently I don't want to say fell victim, I got into a trap with HelloFresh. And so now I'm on week 3 now of HelloFresh, and I was funnel, yeah.
Use the word that we use, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to call it a trap. I'm not trying to trap people, so I don't want to say that I get trapped.
You're trying to funnel them.
Yeah, it's a funnel. Yeah.
That's true. And you know what? Their funnel is amazing. They have really good stuff. I don't quite mean it like that, but yeah, honestly, their marketing is tip-top.
I dropped my pants and boy, let me tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, part 2 of this episode has been crazy. But so their marketing was great because I kept seeing their ads, and I was someone that loves to cook at home and don't like to eat food from outside. But our lives are busy, and I kept being told by people like, hey, you should check out HelloFresh, this, that. I know you like to eat fresh and everything. And for me, it took away, I felt at the time, it took away the parts of cooking that I liked, which was I want to be involved. I want to, touch the vegetables and the prep work and everything. It was a time to be creative. And I kept seeing HelloFresh as almost like a microwave dinner. That's what I thought at the time. It was like basically they just give you everything portioned out. You put it in the pot, cook it, and it's done. But you're not really involved in the cooking process. And what got me was I saw one of their ads, and it was talking about people that are passionate about cooking and eating. And that's why they chose HelloFresh, was it saved time but kept them involved. And I was like, interesting. So I was like, that's literally what I want. I want to save time but still be involved. So I clicked through their funnel. Then I started seeing more of their ads, different ads though. And it wasn't the same message. It was different messages. And so the messages I started seeing were things about, people in your area are really excited about this week's menu. And I was like, what's the menu? I was curious. And so it was one of those ads where you can scroll through the carousel. And so I looked and I was like, oh, these look pretty interesting. But I still didn't take action at that point. I still was just a viewer at that point. I was kind of taking in the information, but I hadn't really made a decision. Then they came with one and they said, we have no choice, but we're giving you your first 4 boxes at 50% off. And they said, because our competitor, we don't want to mention names, but the people that make good, and then they put a bunch of hyphens, food, and so there's another company called Good Food here, and they said they're offering their boxes at 60% off. And they said, we can't match their discount because we don't want to sacrifice quality. And I was like, interesting. Like that is an interesting
Marketing.
way.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, we just
Yeah,
talked about the guy around the corner,
yeah.
guy down the street,
So they addressed it, but what a way to handle the discount too.
the cheaper guy. There you go. I
They
got a
did.
cheaper guy. How many are we seeing? She seems
Yeah.
like Facebook's flooded right now with.
Oh, it's flooded. Yeah. It big time. Like we've even seen. It's funny because you sent me that post with the farmer saying, we're extremely low on orders, and we've actually been seeing that from some of the competitors here because the season's changing, but due to climate change or whatever's going on, the season's a little bit longer. But it's a little bit longer, but not enough that someone here is wanting their vehicle detailed in their driveway. They're still because the problem here is there's a lot of leaves falling and there's all kind of stuff, and people are just looking at it. They're like, I'd rather just drop it off by the shop. I'll go do groceries. I'll come back, pick up my car, and then I'm gone. They just, for some reason, the mentality here is different, but they see it that way. The desperation from the mobile guys right now as they close out their season. It's wild, but yeah, they're in such a price war. There was one guy he posted. He said $25 full interior and exterior, hand wash in your driveway, the whole nine. And he said because I want to build my client base for next year, and that's what he put out there. Hey, he wants to build his client base for next year. Makes sense. The comments, though, the comments were. So I'm getting you at the end of the season when you're exhausted and you're gonna do it.
Really?
This was customers or people anyway. They were posting on this guy's thing, and then they said, "So I have to pay you $25 to put my name in your system, so you're gonna bombard me with shit." This is what people were saying. And
I don't give my number away to people anymore.
yeah, so it goes to show you these kinds of things, where
Right?
it's
You
like,
go in, they like, oh, okay, and your number. I'm like, why do you need my
yeah,
number?
yeah. And
I'm an asshole. I get
Yeah.
it. Oh, well, it's
You
just
know
a fuck you. Come on.
exactly. I don't know if you remember, but before like SMS messaging was like a big thing between businesses, it was primarily email. I remember the transition, and you probably do too, where
Come on, man.
people.
Remember we used to argue? I was pro
Yeah,
text.
that's true. You were pro
People can
Texas.
go back to come back to some early episodes. They go to the Pines Polish podcast. That's where you and I were, and that's when I was heavy on the text. I would
Yeah.
argue you. Argue
Oh,
you.
100%. And here's the thing, because me, I like both, but they have a different purpose. And people tend to use both.
Absolutely, but I didn't do any email.
Yeah.
I was an idiot.
And I was like, no.
Just
You
admit.
have to do email. You have to do email. A lot of people
When
still
Nick
use.
came on board, he goes, "You don't have what?"
Yeah. It's like, no, you got to get on the
I got a
email.
lot of text messages that we do. What are you talking about? Like,
Yeah, no, email's good.
I don't read, so why would I do email?
Yeah, it's true. But there was a period of time where people would
Oh yeah, I
happily
missed
put out
it.
their
I
cell
was
phone,
bad. I was the
and
wrong
people
one.
would, yeah. But do you remember people would say, I don't want to give you my email because you're just going to spam me. I'll give you my cell phone though. Just text me. There was a transition.
No, that never happened. What?
You don't remember that? That
There was
happened.
no remembering that in the United States.
That happened there for sure. A lot of our clients there, we do marketing with them, and that was a transition that happened. People did not want to give their email out, but people would have preferred getting a text about something because not many people were doing text though. They weren't getting spammed like they are now. The reason that
Oh, I guess I remember they would give out their phone number. I just don't remember people going, "You can text me." I don't remember that. I just
no,
remember
they would
they
give
were
out their phone
okay with
number when
giving
they're
their
filling
phone
out a
number.
form. Yeah.
We hacked
Yeah.
into texting them. They didn't ask them if they wanted to text.
Okay.
I don't remember anybody ever asked me if I wanted to text. They just
That
asked
was
for my phone number.
100% true. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
People would gladly fill out a form, is what I was meaning.
Yes.
And they would not
Yeah.
want to put their email, but they would, I'll put my
Yes.
phone number.
Yes.
And so I remember a big thing we had to do, this is how I knew the trend started changing, was we were managing a lot of websites and we had to start changing the websites to make the email optional. And so the phone number was still required, but everyone was calling in saying, hey, you got to change my website forms, make the email optional. So I was like, oh shit, okay. So we started changing all the forms, and I started to realize that people didn't want to give out their email, not because they didn't want to share private information per se. It was more because if I give you my email, I know what I'm going to get now. You're just going to bombard me with email after email after email, and there was a lot of useless information just being sent. Then the same thing started happening with text, and then people complained, and that's why they have that whole thing now where you have to register your number, yes, I'm a business, and so on and so forth. It's a whole hassle now to send out transactional text messages. Once you get registered, it's easier, but people have been more reluctant now to put their email down, right?
All right. So how do you guys get around this inside of Orbis X? You've partnered with some people.
Yeah, so yeah, we've partnered with a few of them. So Dialpad, Open Phone, which is now Quo, they got bought out, as well as Twilio, and then Bulk SMS. And each of them, they have their strengths and weaknesses. If you want voice calling, one might be better than the other, so on and so forth. But each of them have a very streamlined process.
For people who are unsure why they even have to do that, because they go, wait, I can just text people.
You can just text people if you want to reach a small percentage of the entire population that you're trying to reach. Similarly, if you collect emails, you're going to reach a small percentage of the entire population. You have to be able to communicate with your customers how they prefer. There's some demographics that prefer to answer the phone. Marshall, I'm sure when you're shopping for something, you're one of those that I'd rather answer the phone. Just call me, I'll call you, whatever it is. You want to get those direct answers, make a decision. You know what I mean? Like, you don't strike me as the let's go back and forth by email for a 30 email long thread trying to make a decision. It's like, no. I want this one or that one. Oh, okay, what's the difference? Okay, let's go with that one. It's consumer patterns change, but some people prefer other options over others. And sometimes it's just a weird preference to have. Other times there's a reason behind it. I don't want to get into the whole psychology necessarily, but for example, someone that receives a lot of emails for work, the last thing they want to do is email more because they're like, fuck, I'm getting flooded by emails. So that person is more likely to prefer like, fuck, I'd love to just talk to somebody, you know? Like how many times we've called a business and, I can't reach them. I want to just talk to somebody, you know? And it's a very important thing. I would argue talking to someone is usually most human beings' preferences in most scenarios, especially when they need help with something. If I'm looking for pricing information or this or that, we are social beings. We are. The number one complaint most people have with all the introduction of AI and robots and so on and so forth is that it's impersonal. Most questions, like we have live chat on all of our websites across all our companies. One of the first questions someone will ask as they're in the chat is, are you a real person or is this a robot? We get the question all the time. And we have real people in live chat that are answering, yes, I'm a real person. They have to prove it somehow. Like, hold on, let me take a picture of myself holding the newspaper. I don't know what you want from me. But that's the number one question that's asked by most people that come into the live chats, unless they can clearly tell it's a human or something like that. But
okay, so if I'm in Orbis X and I'm trying to figure things out, there's a live chat that I can go in and chat with somebody.
100%. Yeah, and you're talking to a real person, and that same person is Calvin. You're able to do the Zoom calls with them too, so you can ask him questions. So oftentimes what happens is he'll do a Zoom call, he'll go over the software, everything, and then he'll say at the end, if you have questions, jump in the live chat. I'm always here to help. They'll jump in the live chat, and then they can say, hey, Calvin, we had a Zoom call on Tuesday, you remember? And he'll go, oh, yeah, I remember. We were talking about this and this. So you're talking to a real person that knows your scenario and whatever's going on in your business, whatever you're struggling with, and he can help you out directly with that. And listen, this is from a guy that loves AI, and we do have AI support tools as well, but I always want to have that human capable support side of things because we bring something different to the table. We just do. The way we look at things, the way we understand things, it's kind of hard to explain exactly what that like missing piece is that AI doesn't have, but it's humanity. It's, you know, so I feel that's important. And even though we're a tech company, I'm in the people business. Like we service people that are servicing people. And sometimes what I see most is a business that's struggling is missing that link where we're in the people business, servicing someone in the people business, and they're not servicing their people. And they're saying, oh, well, I'm doing everything I can. I sent out a bulk text message to everybody. All my customers got it. No one's gotten back to me. It's been a week. And I'm like, did you call any of them? Oh, I don't have time to make phone calls. Like, motherfucker, you just told me you have no jobs. You have all the time in the world to call people. Are you kidding me? Like, my shop, we're super slammed, and I still make sure all my guys, including my techs, have time to call people. 100%. We automate almost everything for the business, but yet when the guy's car's ready, he gets a notice automatically saying your car is ready for pickup. At the same time, I still want my tech to pick up the phone and call him and say, hey, your car is ready, by the way. Hope you're having a great day. No rush on picking it up. We are open till 5. And then the next question is, would you prefer coming after we're closed and I can put your key in the drop box, or do you want to pick it up in person? That's the question we ask him. It shows that we're considering their schedule. These kinds of things make us different than everybody else. And so calling is super important to talk to the customer. I find that a lot of businesses try to avoid it. So on that note though, back to HelloFresh. HelloFresh spoke to me. They spoke to me as a customer. They truly did. They talked to me. You laugh and you're thinking about the funnel again.
Exactly. You were exactly right. You nailed it.
Yeah.
They talked to you because you were in their funnel. Like,
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
100%. And so the one thing I will say to them is this: their marketing shifted as soon as I purchased, which was another thing as well, because oftentimes, guys, sometimes someone will book an appointment with you and then they'll see a bunch more of your ads just because you're running it through an ad agency and they're not, setting things up properly. So they're still hammering your existing customer that already purchased, and that existing customer could get pissed off. And so what happened with me is HelloFresh completely changed their marketing. They didn't stop marketing to me. And that's an important thing, is that a lot of people, I think, might have heard this in the beginning, being like, okay, so once they're in my funnel, I stop showing them ads. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you show them different ads. You show them different content. Same way as if someone clicks on your link, the minute they've interacted with you, now you show them different content. You don't stop showing them content, because it depends on what it is. You might change the frequency. Maybe in the beginning, before someone's interacted, hammer them as much as you can, maybe, I don't know. But after they've interacted, like Marshall, when you click that link to check out the farmers, if they started sending or showing you something or sending you something a week later, 2 weeks later, something like that, but it was different content with a different strategy, it would have worked. Maybe not at those price points, but that's another part of the business that we have to deal with. Yeah.
Cool. So let's go back and forth here. Let's go back and forth
All
here.
right.
Right? Let's go back and forth here. They did change up to something else, and then they came back to we're in trouble again.
Okay.
Right? So they did try some stuff and they did engage, but you're right. You are right. Like, you have to evolve what you're showing people, because all of us can understand if we're in somebody else's funnel, we will also get unresponsive. If they hit us too much, just by nature, we're going to be like, hey, listen, I'm not like, listen, like, right? We understand our own human nature. So we can't keep doing that. But if those people show us something different, but here's the thing, here's the deal. We're detailers. So if you're not selling maintenance, what do you need to be hitting them for again? You just did a full detail on their car a month ago. They don't need another full detail. I guess this is where I get into the confusion of what detailers would be doing in this situation. I go, here's what, if so many of us are reliant on that social media marketing, the text marketing, the email, whatever it is, to get a detail, right? This is where we talked about, like, there's some people that they don't rely on regularly seeing a customer. They don't. They rely on always catching brand new fish.
Brand new fish every time. Yeah.
And you go, okay, maybe that's where the disconnect is. And maybe that's why the farms had a problem. Maybe that's why people get into these moments in the economy and their schedule is not what it used to be. When people would just call because.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't actually have a customer base, right? You just have people that call your business.
Yeah.
And this is what I never understood. And you go, why can't you take care of that customer? Why can't you see them on a regular basis?
Yeah.
And maybe that's the part of marketing that they get confused on, because they don't know how. And then they just hit them with, get your detail, get this, get this. All right. So
They're always
let's give everybody that goes, well, what should I do? What's an idea? How about a challenge? Here's a challenge for everybody. Here's a challenge. Let's go. Step up to the plate. You're going to take the challenge. Or you're going to sit there. Huh? You're going to be a kid sitting on the wall. You're going to get out and dance. You're going to play a little bit. Huh? Come on. Let's go. Let's see what you got here. All right. We know you got some time.
yeah.
Shawn's already said it. You got some time. So I sent Shawn a video, and we can put it out. It doesn't. It's fine. It's a local shop here. The guy's been around a long time. He came to my trainings a long time ago. His name's Myram. He runs White Glove Detail. He's done this for many years. I think he has people on payroll that run. I think he does. I think he's gotten to that point. But I don't know his inner work. He buys some stuff from us, but if you guys watch any of his stuff, you understand why he can't publicly talk about the things that he buys from us, because there's a certain brand that doesn't allow other people to sell things to their brands. So it's a great video, right? And he plays off of, if you can remember Scream and remember, the funny things, right? That's the video. He's got the mask. He's like, I'm hiding. You can't see me, right? So they're playing off of that moment, right, where he was in the curtain. I think it was Martin Wayne or one of those, right? Remember those guys, right? Like, it was way back in the day. If anybody can tell me, I'll throw a bonus onto the challenge. What would have been a funny scene from Marlon Wayans when he was before this? Where did he get found? And what do you think I would have loved about Marlon Wayans from this show? Because he played a certain character, and it was, I want to give it away. I won't give it away. If nobody gets it, I'll give it away.
All right.
Well, Marlon Wayans played a character, and he used to be on Channel 41 for us here, and it wasn't Saturday Night Live. It was the other Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I gave too much away. I've done too much.
Yeah, that was.
Anyway, so they take that same scene of him hiding in these curtains and on a phone call, like, well, where are you? Well, I can't. There you are. Like, and they're showing him in a showroom, and they just so happen to have what was it, a Lambo?
Yeah, I think it was a Porsche GTR.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I just remember going, okay, great job. There was a really cool car there, right? Like, and then
it was branded up. It was all
they do that, right? They're really good at that. They are I would say they are the highest end shop here. They are, and they've been that way for many years. And they set themselves up that way.
I was about to say, do you think that was by accident?
No, that's why I was. Yeah, they set themselves up that way. With a lot of their videos, they'll just stage them, right? Not. This is what detail, right? You can see the difference. Some detailers are like, look at this car I just did, and which I joke about, right? I made these jokes over the past months when I did my second Lambo. There was a reason. There's a fucking reason for that, right? Like, because people are like, look at it, like, but they just stage them, which I love, right? They're on another level. And so they got this guy hiding behind this. All you're seeing is cool shit behind him, but got this guy hiding, and he comes out with that Scream mask, and then they stop, and then they just go in. Anyway, they go into it, and you go,
well done.
That's the only thing you do, right?
You
go, great job, guys. You had me in, and you're a detail shop. So challenge.
Let's
see what you guys got. You got 2 weeks before Halloween. That means you got a week to get some stuff done. You got a couple days. Let's go. Chop. Yeah. Challenge, Shawn. You've already pre-purchased some stuff.
Yep.
So you've already got some 16-ounce bottles of Revive and Slick. I'm going to throw in some extra goodies. And if you win and you get the bonus prize, you get something. If the winner doesn't get the bonus and somebody else gets the bonus, I'll throw the bonus. I think I'm going to throw Stack.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
It's 8 ounces of goodness. It's 8 ounces of goodness, and anybody that cannot sell stack to your customers.
Yeah.
Listen, we got to talk about your marketing.
Yeah, I
Because
was
if you
gonna say
can't sell stack to your customer, your marketing, we got to talk about. And that's why we're here. We're
we
talking
gotta
about
talk.
marketing.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I was gonna say- Jesus.
hold on, I got another.
I am hella curious to see how this challenge plays out. 100%. For those of you listening and not watching, please go to YouTube and follow this episode.
The marketing challenge when we were at Oktoberfest
Yeah.
was people came around with these and they were telling other people, hey, it's a challenge. Who can get the most of these on their cup?
Oh shit.
And my wife didn't understand, right? She didn't hardly understand, but she understand. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
So I had to explain it to her. So she took it off.
Yo.
Like, I'm not doing that. Like, don't blame you.
Don't blame me.
But I'm clapping to the challenge. It's a
Yeah.
fucking great challenge. They put, it's called like mean stein or something. I don't know. You put them on your steins. We were Oktoberfest. And I went,
That's
I got to save them. Make sure to do something special. She'll be like, that was genius.
Yeah, 100%.
That was a great job.
That's
They
so
just walked around and put them on people like, who's going to challenge? Who's going to do the best?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Listen, so it's part of this idea. I'm still going, like, who's going to do the best? Not only do we get to see it in the market, like you get to market and you get to do something awesome to get customers. This is what's fun about them, right? They had a reason for their beer games. I have a reason to go. I'm excited to see what people put out.
100%, because this is something that benefits your business and you can win some shit.
Yeah,
Jesus. That's
yeah.
amazing.
And if you get that bonus, I'm not sure really what you might get something out of the lab.
Yeah. Ooh, shit.
Fuck.
Man, you just fucking amped it up. Jesus. Wait, can my shop participate? Probably not. Be like fishing with dynamite. But, man, that is amazing.
I don't know. I might have gone too far, Shawn.
Fair.
We did have to take a break. I did drink some beers. I might have gone too far here.
Yeah, I might have got too far. I said too much. Oh, damn.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see what people got, man. I'm super curious to see because I love these kind of special moments throughout the year where you get to see the creativity. Like, you know those companies where you're almost excited to see what ads they come out with? It's what are they going to do this season? You know, what are they going to do? Man, it's amazing because some of it is solid gold, and if you pay attention to it, you get ideas for your own business, and it's.
And now's the time. We know a lot of people are needing.
Yeah.
So hey, take the time, create something.
Yeah.
Create something.
Make something.
It doesn't have to be just like what we talked about. It could be around pumpkin carving. I don't know.
It's true. It could be anything.
Have a kid dress up and knock on your door, and then open the door and then go trick or treat. Well, talk about the best treat of your experience. Getting your car detailed at this house. I don't know, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like walk the camera out while somebody's detailing the car. All kinds of fun stuff that you can do around Halloween.
Absolutely, and that's the fun thing is that it's marketing doesn't have to be boring. You know, it can be very, very exciting actually. And if you just put out around the major holidays and you took the time, like we're suggesting right now, to compete and do something exciting and create something, that's going to be more hard hitting for your business than all of those random follow-up posts like, hey,
what about Dracula? What about like smoke coming out of a minivan? Open the door, Dracula comes out, there's blood, and you're like, well, after tonight, I always call Bob. Call Bob for his detail. Like, fuck yeah, that'd be awesome.
So much shit you can do, man. And there's so many movies that you can pull from. Like, it's just, So, guys, get out there, get creative. I want to see some shit. I want to see those creative strings, man.
Use your ozone machine.
Yeah. See? Exactly. 100%. Oh, man. I don't know why, but I just pictured we have this guy that works for us, Jason, and I just pictured him doing something from like Silence of the Lambs with a piece of PPF on his face. He's like, put the lotion in the basket. Sorry, there's stuff you can do, but there's have some fun with it, man. Now's the time of year you can buy some props.
What about detailing cars while people are walking around trick or treating?
Damn, hell yeah! People are gone. They're with their kids, doing this and that. You're there.
Oh, what about the people that? Well, okay. Do you guys not? For us, we have a lot of people that drive their cars, and then their kids walk around, right? Like,
especially it gets cold too, So yeah.
What about some rinseless washing? Why people are, hey, why take it? I don't know, right? Like caution. What about those caution signs? You go back to that.
Yeah.
What about somebody creating this really cool scene of caution? There's caution, and then there's this car, and there's something haunted with this car, but it all had to do with, hey, well, don't worry, we'll get it cleaned up. I don't know.
100%, something cool.
Something.
You know what I was thinking? I wonder if they make some sort of not like a food coloring, but something that you put it in water and it glows in the dark. I wonder if they have something like that. Imagine like, you're hand washing a car and it's like the whole thing's glowing. I'm going to look it up. There must be something like that. That would be fucking cool, man. Yeah.
Dry ice. I know people are onto that dry ice machine.
Yeah.
You don't have to go that far. You could just go down and get some dry ice.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's accessible. There's a lot of cool shit you can do with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember, I don't know how someone could work
with marketing, right? Do you have people that come into your neighborhood, to your house, and ring on your doorbell? Yeah, you do. You could take this time to market. That could be your time, right? Like, of course.
100%. I'm thinking some sort of like, how they have trick or treat, knock on the door and it's like wash or something. It's like, hey.
I'm like, what? Oh, take this to your dad.
Yeah, take this to 100%. But on that note, it is a great time to market because it's a fun time for a lot of people. A lot of people's eyes are open, and also a lot of people are out and about and they're home and stuff like that. So
it's holiday season. We're okay with it. We've reached the point that marketing is accepted. Like it's holiday season. We love marketing.
Yeah, 100%. I think most people do love marketing when it's done right. And when it's something they could care about in some way, something new, exciting, but most importantly, focus on the good emotions people like. Like something funny, something entertaining, something exciting. You hit those nails.
All right. So where do they send the videos? Where do they send them?
Good question. I'm wondering if I should make a landing page where they can submit videos on or something.
Or just email them to you. I mean, that's a lot of work. I don't know.
You guys could email them. Yeah, that's true.
Email the link.
Yeah, I was
Let's email the link. Don't email the video.
Too big.
Yeah.
So you can upload it and then shoot it over.
Put it out on your social, wherever, and then just send Shawn the link. Shawn will send me the link.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll go through it, man, and we'll pick a winner, 100%. So send it to Shawn at orbisx.com.
I hope there's a lab winner. I hope there's a lab winner.
Yeah. Oh man, I know. Imagine something so good. They get something from the lab. Guys. You're lucky that Marshall had 2 beers, man. Jesus Christ. Two
during our break.
During the break. It was the extra 2. That's what I mean. The extra 2. That's what
Are you sure you want something out of the lab?
Yeah. As long as you didn't.
Hey, let's put a little bit more in there. Make her better.
Look what we invented. That's the secret sauce. The secret.
There you go. Secret sauces. Hazy little thing.
That's it, exactly. My best coding.
All right, when do they have to have it submitted?
Well, ideally putting a good time frame on it so that they get it done with ample time before Halloween. I would say, Friday might be.
What's our schedule? Well,
yeah,
maybe there's some late listeners and they're like,
yeah.
So Halloween is next Friday. Let's just say 2 weeks. Let's give them all the way. Let's give them all the way through Halloween. So then. What, November 4th? Mm-hmm. We'll pick a winner November 4th.
Sounds good. November 4th, we choose a winner. Guys, you got some time. Send in the videos. If
Shawn's about to market out of you on Facebook, and you're about to see this like 500 times.
100%. You know what? Fuck it. Sweeten the pie, okay? And maybe it's because I had 2 Negronis during the break. Yeah, sweeten the pie. Whoever does this, I'll send you $500 towards your ad campaign. For whatever you're going to do next. Yeah, 100%. So I want to see some good videos. But this is my lab. So if
You one up
it's
me?
not up to
Did you one
par,
up me?
if it's
You
no,
one
I
up.
don't know.
I'll take it. I'll
Whatever
take
you
your one
have
up.
in the lab
Right?
is
I
worth a
can't do
lot
five
more than
hundred
the thing
dollars. What are you talking about? Out of the lab,
whatever
$500? You kidding me?
whatever you have in the lab is worth a lot more than the five
I don't know
hundred
how I
dollars.
could change those numbers. Hey, what's this budget item?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
worry about it.
yeah. Wait, did I say dollars? What
It's
do they
for
do for soap?
501. Why is it 501
501.
specifically?
Yeah, what is it? The price is right there, where it's like, and what do you think this fridge
I
is
had to
worth?
go
Yeah,
up. I had to go up. Don't worry about it.
$502.
Yeah.
I hated those people. Jesus. You know? All right, guys. So, you have the potential to win. Obviously, the main prize. So you got some products coming. B,
A bonus prize.
bonus prize. And then
Stack.
C, stack, which is more than a bonus, and possibly something from the lab.
C is
And
the lab.
yeah. And then D, marketing budget.
The D.
Jesus, man.
Damn, if you want the D,
Holy shit.
gotta
If
go
you
to
want
shop.
the D, you gotta send me the video.
Better be good. That's more than the tip. That's more than a tip. Wow, just close the whole episode, close the whole series. We're done.
That's it, we're
Shawn
done.
is now offering the D. It's not just the tip.
That's it. Yeah. No longer the D. You're getting the full
I hope
length.
somebody gets it. I'll be finished.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday, my nights are free.
Jesus. All right, guys. Send us the videos, man. Definitely, we're looking forward to seeing them. Get creative if you want that D. But that's the title of the episode. There we go.
Last year,
you.
your wife wanted Hooters. Now you want the D. Here we go.
Yeah, exactly. See, who knows what's going on up here in Canada? It's crazy. Appreciate you as always, man. Oh, and on that note, $500 US, just in case we do have Canadian listeners as well. If they enter to win, that's like
Wow,
at least
that's
1,000 here.
That's the D plus.
That's
It's
the
like
D plus. That's the
Oh.
yeah. That's where you go all the way, and then you.
What's that like?
Back to your-
680 Canadian? 970? I don't remember.
Yeah,
What is it?
now actually, no, our
840?
dollar's plummeting, so it's probably closer to 750. Yeah, easily.
See y'all next time.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, moment of silence for the Canadian dollar.
I got messages from people like, dude, you're clowning that guy. It's like, no, it's a moment of silence.
It's a moment of silence. Yeah, exactly. Just a moment of silence. That's fine. For the.
All right, see you next.
Appreciate you as always, man. See you next time. Cheers.